I am need to um, um, express this method to as many child as possible.
I see. To spread this message to as many children as possible.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
And I think how I can uh, fight to and so as many parents know um, as, um, as possible. So because the parent is the parent influence to the child.
Sure.
Yes, um, more than any other.
I see. Okay. Okay. And were there any other things that influenced you and made you who you are today?
Yes, the first experience, my experience.
Okay.
Yes, because experience adjust my thinking. Knowledge give me, and this is right, this is wrong. But when I apply it in reality, the other, the attitude of the other can affect and what I thinking is right or wrong. Yes, and but I want to mean to the other aspect is more uh, um, more important because it um, significant experience give you a lot of emotion. So that's that's influence to succeed as mind and inform. So it's affect to your react when you fall in another situation. And so very be careful when you um, uh, when you give conclusion in your mind when you are in your situation. And sometimes when you get so much emotion, you need to meet a coach to help you recognize a lesson and get responsible in that situation. It's very, very important.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes.
And does anybody have a question for Happy? No? Okay. So we can move on to what Nancy thinks. Now make sure you're thinking about a question for everybody when other people are speaking, so you're actively listening, right? So I want you to try to think of a question for everybody. And so we can go around to get you also to be engaged, right? So let's think of a question to ask Nancy when Nancy finishes telling us about uh, her answer to the question of what in life makes her, who she is, what unique experience, that sort of thing. So let's try to write a question for her. So Nancy, can you please tell us
Yeah.
what you think?
I'm an active, extroverted, and independent woman. Uh, when I was 10 years old, I and my younger brother lived my cousin because my parents worked far away from my house. So my parents just came home around after 1 or 2 months. When I was 14 years old, we lived by ourselves. We were family with how to take care together. We went to school by my own bicycle. We bought daily food and stuff in the village school for our living. When I went to Ho Chi Minh City, I went along and started to do more new things, just that finding the rental room or finding the new road to go to school, to university. I found a part-time job to earn money for my living. I always think that a person from a rural like me always makes more efforts than an urban citizen. So I kept my attitude moving forward in more than 14 years in Ho Chi Minh City.
So your experience living in the countryside and growing up in a rural area
Yeah,
gave you a good work ethic.
yeah,
You learned how to work hard from your experience as a child in the
yeah,
countryside.
yeah.
Okay. And did you have any other experiences in life that made you who you are today? You have children?
Yeah, I have a son.
Okay. And how did that change your life? Did that change your life? In what ways did it change your life? I imagine that would be a very significant experience, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you tell us more about that? How that changed how you think about things and maybe who you are?
Yes. I became stronger when I had my son 2 years ago. The mother feeling is very special because it's like truly unconditional love. I'm not only focused on working, but I also think about my child first when I do something. Uh, I, it makes me balance in my life. So I have the motivation to raise and protect him. I'm become stronger to face any challenge or hardship than ever before. It's very special for me. I'm the I'm the working woman, but when I have my son, I think it's not like that because I have the son to take care. So you must balance like that. You must have balance like that. Yeah,
That's right. So you have to be thinking about your son a lot. And
yeah,
so you have to change your thinking about you and how you live because now you have your son to think about.
yeah.
Yeah. And has that experience changed the way your relationship with your parents or how you think about your parents? You know, what they went through when they raised you? Do you have a new sort of thinking about your parents or
Mhm.
yeah?
Of course, I think when we have a child, we know that we knew that the special feeling it was. So when I thought about from I thought about my parent, I I I think that it's an amazing to raise a child in more than 20 years from a small baby to an adult person like me today, and how hard it is when they uh, take the efforts to make my life uh, full living standard for any people. Sometimes I thought that why I don't have this one, why my friend had, but I didn't. But I think that it's not because my parent is poor. Just if you want to have anything, you just do it by yourself because it's enough for my parent to raise me up.
So it gives you a deeper sense of appreciation
Yeah,
for your parents, for what they did to raise you.
yeah.
I see. Okay, and are you married?
Yes, I'm married to a
Okay,
guy.
okay. And so how did this experience change your life and who you are? Did it change your life and who you are?
Um, yeah, it changed. Because my husband is my first love. So we spent more than 10 years together from we began to live and married for 5 years.
And
Uh,
where did you meet your husband? In school?
I met his husband in the Tham, the park, the Suitin Park in Thong Đức District.
Ah, I see.
And the place my universities celebrate the holiday. So he very tall and makes me impressive. So it's quite handsome about that. Like that. So I asked my friends to take a contact from his friends.
I
So
see.
yeah. So, but my husband is younger than me 2 years.
Mm,
So sometime he thought it's very I think it was very he's very young, so the man is younger than his kind of stronger like me.
I see.
Yeah.
So this is not usually the case. Usually the women are younger than the men in Vietnam. But in your case, you are older than your husband.
Yes, I'm older than my husband.
I see.
Um,
I see.
that's why I do a lot of things. But
Ah,
like I am, I'm strong when I was young. So
I
it's
see.
like I can give it. I can give it. Just focus like that.
Okay, that's great. Okay,
But
and
um,
yeah, do you have something else you want to add?
and people,
Okay,
please
yeah. If
give me a
who
question.
has a question? Who would like to ask a question?
We know so much each other, so that we don't know anything more.
There's no other question? No? So okay, if you have to, everybody has to be more engaged. So if I think if we don't have any questions, then what we'll do is a little different. So maybe for Annie will tell us her story. And then I will choose one of you to give me a summary of what Annie just told us. So you won't need to have a question. You can just tell me about Annie's experience in your own words. Okay, so
Okay.
if we don't have questions, then that's we can do that then. So we're still going to pay attention and focus. Okay, so thanks for sharing, Nancy. So Annie, you can tell us about yours. And so I will choose one of you after Annie to tell the class about who Annie is, what made
Yeah.
Annie. So please take notes. Okay, Annie, please tell us.
Yes.
What are your experiences in your life that have made you who you are today?
Today, I'm a mature person. I had many experience in my life, and my mother influenced my maturity more than anyone else. She is very strong. She has an unmatched love. She was able to raise 7 stepchildren from my father. She took care of them and she connected us. She told me that she was always grateful to a woman who helped her succeed today. When she failed, the woman always encouraged and supported her to start over. She advised me to grateful for the help I received from others. She let me understand that only love connects us. Only patience, kindness, and gratitude can help us succeed and live happily. And I think I have a great mother.
So she had 7 stepchildren? Now you mean
Yes,
stepchildren in the sense that she had, was the second, she was married, your father. So you have, your
I,
siblings have the same mother, but different father.
I have 2 mother.
I
Yes,
see. Okay. So
yeah,
your brothers and sisters have a different mother than you.
yeah.
I see. Okay. And how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Uh, I have my family quite big with 14 people.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yes. My father have nine stepchildren.
9 stepchildren. Wow.
Yeah. 2 stepchildren live in the north in
Okay.
Vietnam. Yes. My mother raised 7 stepchildren from my father.
Okay.
Yes. And I have 5 sisters and 8 and a brother.
I see. Okay. And do you have, so your mother was very influential in making you who you are today.
Because it teaches me love, and she make me see she have unmatched love.
Okay.
She took care of my brother and my sister.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And how about your brothers and sisters? Did they also help make you who you are today?
Uh,
Living with
my,
such a big family. Yeah, I would think that would be very significant.
yeah, my father and my brother and my sister always take care of me, and they love me. I think we love together.
I see. Okay, and what other experiences in your life have made you who you are today?
I think when I have 2 children, twins. When I have twins children,
Okay.
yes. When I became a mother, I felt I had a responsibility to look after and protect them.
Okay.
Yes. I learn patience when I take care of them. when they cried.
Okay, you learned patience. All right.
Yes.
And are there other experiences as well?
Yes. When I went to the Ho Chi Minh City,
Uh-huh.
mm, I'm 17 years old. I had to take care of myself. I had to find my way to school.
Okay.
I drive motorbike, and sometimes I get lost.
I see.
Yeah,
There was
and
no
I think
smartphone, maybe.
yes, I had to organize my life.
I see. So
Yes.
when you went to Ho Chi Minh City and you lived there, your family did not live there at that time? It was only you? You were the
I,
only person in Ho Chi Minh City? Your rest of your family did not live in Ho Chi Minh City?
I lived with my uncle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So this must have been a very important experience. Maybe you learned
Yes.
about responsibility. And
Yes.
yeah. And what other things did you learn when you lived with your uncle that might have been important in your life?
Uh, he liked my mother. He always took care of me, and he teach me other things. I He's honest. Yes,
He,
I think so.
so he teaches you honesty,
Yeah.
okay? And how about do you know how to cook?
Yeah, I can cook when I became a wife.
Ah, and
Yeah.
how did you learn?
Uh, I when I have to responsible my husband and my children, um, I have to cook because no one cook.
No one knew. Yeah, no one knew how to cook. But did anybody teach you how to cook? Or how
Uh,
did you learn? Did you learn
my,
from somebody taught you?
my mother teach me cook, and I learned to cook in uh, Google.
Ah, Google, I see. And maybe YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, YouTube.
There are many good videos on YouTube for making nice food too. Yeah.
Uh,
You can watch
Yeah.
videos on YouTube on how to make something nice to eat, on
I
how to
read.
prepare.
I usually read in Google. I rarely watch in YouTube.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, because
Okay,
I think read fast.
I see. And you have a job now, and has that influenced your life at all? Your work? Your work, has that
Yes,
affected? Yeah.
I'm run my own business. So yeah,
Okay, how has that influenced your life?
what mean I don't understand
So
what is.
how did having your own business, what did you learn from having your
Oh,
own business, right? There are many lessons that you must have
Yes.
learned from your own business? What are they?
Yeah. I have to organize my work, and I also teach my children, teach my student. I trace comestic. I also learn to patient. I also learn patient when I talking with my customer, and my experience. I have experience in my business.
Okay, that's great. So, do you have anything else you'd like to share about what made you who you are?
Yes, I think when I learn English, I has experience to when I share to learning and working with my group of friends. They give me a lot of knowledge.
Okay, that's great. So, how about maybe Lena? Can you tell me now 2 things that were important for Annie? Can you tell us 2 things in Annie's life that were important to her?
Yeah.
Just 2 things.
I think her mother is a big influence to Annie, and
And what did her mother teach her?
about love and
Love.
how to connect people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's maybe you can say one more thing that was important to Annie in her life?
One more thing.
Yeah. So her mother was one, and what else? What else was important for Annie? Tell me more. So Annie had many things that were important to her life that made her who she is today.
Yes.
Her mother is one.
Yeah.
But tell me another one. Tell me more. What other things in Annie's life were important for her?
Yes. She talk about children. She have to learn how to cook, to provide meal for them.
That's right.
Yes. Her children make her stronger and mature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And how about maybe, let's see. How about Harry? Can you tell us 2 other things that were helpful for Annie?
2 other different with Lina?
Yeah.
Oh, I had the same idea. That's her mother is a very big affected to her.
Her mother, okay.
Is alive through a lot of the tough situation, tough time.
That's right.
And she's very strong, and then that affected to Annie a lot. Yeah, I think.
Okay. But there were a couple of other things that were also important to Annie. Can you think of what they were?
Like she living in with her uncle, right?
Yeah, that's right.
He told her about the honest. Maybe before that she not honestly, but he teach her how to honest.
Yeah, maybe she wasn't honest before. Yeah, that's important, right?
Yeah. That's good for social.
Okay. And how about Sunshine? Do you know another one that was important for Annie? Do you remember?
I think the person is herself.
Uh-huh. So she is influential in making her who she is today. That's what you mean to say?
She said about her own business.
Her own business. That's right. That's right. Okay. Thank you. And so there's also one other one. Do you know what it was, Daisy? There's one other thing that was important for Annie. Do you remember what it was?
Yes, she has a twin. She has a twin, and then she had to take the responsibilities for them. She feel like she had to, and then she had to cook for them. Her mother taught her how to cook, and then she also learned that from newspapers, and she said that when she learned English online, and she learned a lot knowledge from their friends.
That's right. That's right. Okay, thank you. And so before we move to Sunshine, does anybody have any question for Annie? You don't need to have a question. I think Annie was very thorough.
Yeah.
But if you have a question, yeah, okay, you can ask, Nancy, please.
How about your husband? How about your husband's responsibility to help you to take care of your twin children?
My husband and I take care my children by ourselves. He helped me do housework. He cook every morning. He cook the breakfast. Yes, and he's what my children. He also take care of them with me. Everything, everywhere.
So, do you think your husband influence your characteristic?
Of course, he's always influence my children. He teach my children
Honestly,
everything. Yes, all this needs patience and patience and tự lặp lại gì quên rồi.
Patience. Okay.
And
Okay.
Yes.
And all right.
I have a question.
Great.
Annie,
Yes.
do you feel disappointed about your husband? Sometimes.
Disappointed.
disappointed. You don't agree with his advice, or you don't like his actions.
make you disappointed. Thất vọng.
Sometimes, yes. I think no one is perfect.
And
Yeah.
how you giải quyết cái gì em quên.
So
How did you step over?
Yeah. Have you solved it?
Keep silent and always patient.
Keep silent.
the same way, but many wives.
You use your patience that you learn, right, Annie?
You're very
Yeah.
calm.
a very patient.
I see. Okay, okay. So, all right, that's great. So if there are no other questions for Annie, then we will move to Sunshine and we will listen to her story. And please also take notes about Sunshine, her story, and we will talk about notes and any questions for her you might have when she's finished. So please tell us, Sunshine, what has been important in your life?
I think the most important thing in my life is my family. Yeah. My mother taught me a lot of things. She taught me how to cook, how to think happy thoughts, and how to take care of my family. My dad taught me a lot of things in society, taught me how to behave properly with people, and he taught me keep my word and responsible for whatever I say. And so I think my family makes me become a kind person now. And in my school, my friend, I have a lot of my friends. They very kind and funny. And I think when I beside them, I feel comfortable, and I think I would become a happy girl now. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and how many brothers and sisters do you have? Is it only, are you only child?
Now I have an older sister and a younger brother.
Okay, older sister and younger brother. And how have they changed who you are at all? Have you learned anything from, you know, sometimes, especially you have an older sister, so many times a woman would find that an older sister has maybe influenced you in some way.
Yeah,
Does she influence you?
sometimes I want to become a person like her. She is gentle woman, but I think I can't.
You are not gentle? I
You is
see.
different. You're sweet, not gentle.
I see. Okay, and how about learning English? Has that been influential in your life, taking English classes? And how do you think about that? Has that changed how you think at all?
Yeah, I think English changed my mind a lot. It makes me feel knowledge, and feel
So it makes you feel more knowledgeable.
yeah, make me feel more knowledgeable.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I have difficulty spelling English words. I cannot remember if this one has E. I think it has E. You know, many people, or yeah, if it's like this one. I think it's like the second one or the third one. Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
I think it's like that one. You know, English is a very crazy language. And many times it is hard to spell some words, you know, and so many people, I think native speakers a lot of times might forget how to spell a word if it has EA or A. It's very difficult to keep track of everything, you know. Okay, so thank you for sharing. So how about happy? Can you tell us a little bit? So this is, if for those of you who don't know, happy, well, can you summarize for us? Can you summarize Sunshine's experience in life and what makes her happy? Or not what makes her happy, but what makes her who she is today?
Yes. Sunshine also share two things that make her become like today, and her family, her mother and her father. And the second is school. In her family, her mother teach her how to cook, how to think, and how to take care of her family. Her father teach her, taught her how to behave with the other. Taught her about social. He taught her how to be responsible in her life. So they help her to become a kind person. And the second is school. In school, her friend so kind and funny. So they also teach her become funny person. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, great. And so Nancy, how many brothers and sisters does Sunshine have?
She has older sister and a younger brother.
Okay.
So
All right.
her older sister is a very gentle woman. She wants to be like that, but it's quite very hard for her.
That's great. Okay, so thank you for the summary. And so we will call this a summary, right? A summary of what Happy said, or another word you can read is like a synopsis, right? A synopsis, which also means summary, equals synopsis. Yeah. So if nobody, does anybody have any questions for Sunshine? If not, we will move on to Lena. Any questions, or are we good to move on to Lena? Okay. Nancy, you want to ask a question?
Contribution side. The reason why you learn in Hama village.
The reason I choose learn in Hama village because I think I have a time and I want to spend a time to focus on English. Focus on English. And I learned English in Hama.
Okay. So which do you have any plan when you study English? And after that, what do you do for English?
Yeah, I have a plan. I want to learn English to do something in my life. Yeah.
For example?
Watching film.
Okay, that's a good one. No, I think you know, learning English will open up a lot of different things, learning opportunities for you, for sure, right? Many things from other cultures and other languages, you know, are in English, you know. So it's like a good connecting, it connects you to many cultures because a lot of other countries, they also use English as their mode to communicate with other people. You know, so if you both have the common language of English, then you can read and learn about other countries and other people from those countries and traveling and yeah. So and movies, yeah, I think movies are interesting. You know, like maybe for example, you can watch movies from other countries, even not English movies. Maybe like Korea. You know, Korea. Maybe you don't know Korean, but you can still watch Korean movies because you can watch them in English subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it opens up more because you have a common language with the whole rest of the world or many parts of the world. Yeah, so I think that's a good one. That's interesting. So, okay, we'll move on to Lena. Okay, so Lena, please tell us what makes you who you are today. What were influential things in your life?
Yeah, I am an optimistic, strong, and responsible person. My family and my experience that's make me who am I today. My parents had a great influence on my personality. I'm optimistic like my mother, but I'm strict and perfectionist like my father. My father taught me how to be an honest and responsible person. When I was first grade, I was the class monitor. Once I was lazy and asked my friend to do my homework for me. Um, he knew I liked, and he beat me up. I was scared, and I have never made the same mistake since that day. Yeah. Beside my family, the challenge in my life make me strong and brave. After graduating, I went to the south and found a job. I faced many fears when I was in the strange place, but eventually I overcame uh, I, o- I overcame them and got a good job. My youth was active, confident, and passionate. Now I'm satisfied with my life. I'm grateful for the experience that's made me who am I today.
Okay, and I don't remember. You have children? You have children?
Yes, I have a daughter.
Ah,
She's near 2 years old.
okay. And how did that experience change your life? Having a daughter.
Yeah. Um, when I have a daughter, I feel something is different before. Um, I have the pain when I
When you gave childbirth?
when I giving birth. Yes.
Yes.
I I used to depressed.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
So you
And
had the depression after you gave
yes,
birth?
yes.
Ah,
Um, I spent the awful periods, and eventually I overcame them.
Yeah, many women have this. It's called postpartum depression.
Yes, my mom and my husband always beside me. My mom, I think I can overcome this crisis period by my mom and my husband's love. My mom cook good food for me and comfort me when I was sad. And my husband always beside me. He encouraged me and make me feel positive.
Ah, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. He take care my daughter, uh, so I have many time to rest, to sleep. Yeah,
I see.
I feel better and I gradually regained my balance.
I see.
Yeah, in my life.
How long did you have depression for after you gave childbirth?
Yeah, I think about 4 to 5 months. Yeah.
I see. And I think this, yeah, so this is kind of, from my understanding, is kind of common for many people. But yeah, it goes away after a while. But you know, you didn't have to go talk to anybody or to see like a doctor.
Mm. At that time, I was very troubled. I anorexic, and I feel alone. I think it's common feeling every woman spend when after they giving birth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I sometimes I read a positive book, and I enter Google. I look for the way to solve the problem.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I see the huge damage of depression, so I try to overcome it.
Oh, okay. And how do you remember ways that Google tells you that are useful to overcome it? Like maybe exercise, or like what ways do they recommend? What do you have to do to help you overcome it? Do you remember?
Yeah. They Google comforts me. It's a common feeling, and it's normal. And they advise me to go a walk and reading book, smile more, and think positive. And they tell me to share many thinking to my relative, my husband, and my mom. And I think it's a good advice because I after that I tell my problem to my relative, and I feel comfortable and come and have a soulmate. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. You know, I think this interesting. I was reading about this. When you smile, it actually releases chemicals in your brain to make you feel happier.
Yeah.
So if you just smile, there's a real effect. Like there's something really happening in your brain when you smile.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah.
When you feel sad, if you smile, this might help you feel better. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe Daisy, can you summarize a little bit for us what Lena said?
Uh, 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 her parents have a big influence in her life. Her mother taught her how to be an honest person, and her father taught her how to be honest in her life. She told me, he told us about the story when she were as a monitor, and he asked for her friend to do homework for her. She was punished by her father. He also have great creatives when they share, and her husband, when they help her to get through the depression after her give birth. And another point that when she graduated and she moved to the south, and she had to work. She had to be in a strange place, and she had to overcome it. It made her feel confident about herself. I think one more point about her, that she brave, and she can learn, and she can solve the problem by herself. When she gets in this presence, she 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 tried to read about that, and she tried to work on it, work on the tips she learned from Google. That is very great.
Yeah, I think that is a nice story. You know, some women have this postpartum depression very bad, and they even kill themselves sometimes. You know, so it's very serious. It can be very serious for people. And yeah, it's common. So I think that that is nice that you can read this and see that other people are having these problems also, that you are not the only one. And yeah, that can be supportive, I think. And they might even have things on the internet where you can join groups. You know, that's also probably very helpful as a form of therapy and helping you to manage these feelings. If you went on a Facebook group or some kind of group like this with other new mothers who are experiencing these same difficulties, and this is a good place to share your trouble with them and to listen and to share to each other. I think that would be also a very effective way of you know, managing this problem when you have it, you know. So it's nice that you have technology now. You know, technology can be used for good in good ways. You know, there are many different applications, right? Because before technology, and even now, I think a lot of people, they might go to therapists, right? You might go and pay to go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and you talk to them about your trouble, you know, and of course you have to pay them, and they try to help you. But now you can use support groups and things like that on Facebook and in other ways, and you don't have to pay, right? And you have other experiences with other people. It's probably even more helpful than going to a doctor. I think talking to other people is probably even more helpful who are experiencing that. Yeah. So it's interesting. Okay. So if anybody has any questions for Lena, maybe
Yes, I
you
have.
okay, please ask.
Hi, Lina. You have the experience to how to go through the depression. So are
Yes.
you ready to have the second child?
Yeah.
do you have
Sorry.
do you have plans, Lena, for more children?
Oh no.
Just
Is
kidding.
that so awful? I think I will give in birth. I know I will have a. I hope I have a daughter and or a son, but not now. I think for 3 or 4 years. Yeah, next.
When you lost some memory about how to get birth, right?
Yes. Uh, when I get memory
No,
about
no, when
my.
you lost some memory about how to get birth because it's too hot, it's too difficult time. You want to don't forget about that. that you can be
I,
ready to
I,
give birth again.
yeah, I know. I don't think so because with me, memory is a part of my life, although
Oh,
it's not good. Yes, and I think when I giving birth, when I have a daughter, it's a beautiful memory. The pain or troubles make me stronger. Yeah.
so you should create more good memory like that.
No, you don't know me. if
Uh,
you were
uh,
if you were a woman, you will not decide. You will decide it like me now. Yeah.
he want to learn from experience to get married.
Correct.
Think when
To
you
convince my wife to give a birth more.
Don't worry.
Harry, Harry, I think you need take care of your wife more if
Yeah.
yeah, after you get married and you
Okay, so in the future, I will ask my wife, so how about the memory when you gave birth? If she told me, oh, that's a good memory for me, so let's create more.
you will cancel your
No,
your
no,
marriage.
I will ask her, let's create more, the memory like that, so we can
Yeah.
have more children.
Okay, so any other question for Lena? If not, we will move on to Harry. Okay, so Harry, can you share?
Yeah, for me, it's knowledge and experiences. Knowledge I can get from my father, my mother, my brother, and my sister, and socialize also. But the thing can save my character is the experience. Like we all know, we should treat the other with love, and we should calm in all the situation. But in reality, when we meet some impolite people, it's difficult to polite and calm. So we just want to jump in and beat them immediately. So through each situation, we can learn a lesson, right? So that can shape my character.
I see. So it's like these people, though, they teach you self-control, Harry.
Yeah.
They teach
Sure.
you.
I want to go to the martial art class,
Ah,
and I can control my emotion.
how do you? This is called like Vivinam or no? What is the name of
Vovinam.
Bovinam?
Vovinam.
Ah,
Yeah.
Bovinam. And have you ever done this before?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. There was a woman in my last class yesterday who did Bovinam for 3 years. It sounds
Oh,
very
really?
interesting. Yeah, I learned about it this way. It sounds very interesting. I would like to do
Yeah,
this too.
Vovinam can help you to balance your emotion.
Yeah,
It's not too strong emotion. You should calm down.
yeah. I think that's nice. And this is
Yeah.
popular in Vietnam. Many people study Vo Vietnam.
I don't know. Maybe not
Uh,
much because I can see a lot of impolite people.
That's funny. So maybe if many people study Vovinam, Vovinam 1 will teach them to be more polite and controlling. And
Yeah.
number 2, maybe the people, if they don't study Vovinam, but many other people do, then the people will be scared that
Yeah.
other people know Vovinam, so they will be
Yeah.
polite.
You know the boxing, right? The
uh,
Muay Thai is a. I don't like that one. It's a very impolite. They always want to beat together. They don't like calm down.
yeah. I was reading about this Muay Thai too, and it's a big problem because a lot of times they have young children that are involved in the fighting in Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of them die actually. I read one story about one of the children died from because he was beat so bad in the fighting ring,
I see.
and he died.
But you know, for Vietnam, we don't only teach about the technique. They also teach you how to control the life, the emotion, also the inner.
Yeah, it's like it has
That's
a
good.
philosophy, like a
Yeah,
philosophical
philosophy.
element to it. Yeah,
Correct.
I like that. I think that's quite interesting. But you can go to Vovinam. They have like matches in the big cities where you go to watch a tournament of people practicing Vovinam and fighting each other, or they don't have this.
They have.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Probably only like in Hanoi and Saigon.
Yeah, yeah. They have a lot in the big city.
Ah, and it's very popular to go to these events,
No,
or not?
I don't think it's popular.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Not like Muay Thai in Thailand. It's very
No,
popular.
no, it's not like that.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then do you have anything other experiences that you learned from in your life? School or your job?
My job, my school is very, very boring.
Ah, I see.
Only knowledge. Yeah,
Ah,
nothing is activity, so I don't have any memory about that.
ah,
But my job, until now, I have only two jobs. I went to a company for 5 years, and now I work for my currently company for 2 years already. But the situation is very opposite. The last job I went there for 5 years is a very, the director, board of director is like bullshit, I have nothing in there. I don't learn anything from there, only
ah,
the high salary.
I
But
see.
when I moved to this company, I can learn a lot because people is very polite. We support together. We don't like competition, not like competitor.
Ah,
We just
yeah.
support together and with
You
open
work
mind.
you work as a team.
Yeah, it's very happy right now.
I see. Yeah, you work as a team and not against each other.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, yeah. I see. That's nice. That's a good experience, I think. And you are your family life, you are married and you have a child?
I hope so, but not now.
Not now. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I can have a wife, but it's difficult for me right
I
now.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. All right. And then do you have any other experiences that you would like to share that maybe changed or made you who you are? Maybe like travel experiences or anything like this outside of
Yeah,
Vietnam?
maybe learning English is a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like not the English itself, but just is the chance I can meet the foreigner and work with the foreigner, so I
Ah,
can know more about the culture, about how they can solve the problem like that, or when they face the problem like that. And I can see a lot of the foreigner from the different culture.
mm,
So my knowledge is much more. So
yeah.
I open my mind to observe that knowledge.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I guess maybe we'll move to Daisy next, if any, unless anybody has any questions, because we're starting to get lower on time now. We don't have too much time, so we'll just take a question for Tom. Does anybody have a question for Tom? If not, we will move to Daisy.
Yes, please.
Okay, so we'll move to Daisy. Okay, thanks Harry for your sharing. Okay, okay, Daisy.
Yeah, morning. Um, I would like to share things that have big influence in my life. That is my mother. She's the one who always by my side when I need any support. When we were young, we have to help her a lot, and because we know that we are in difficult time about financial problem, so we've been together. And my mother was a nurse in the hospital, but after work she had to did the gardening and sold things in the market. And these things, this time is quite very difficult for us. And we've been together. At the same time, she taught me about the value of work, of labor, and she make me think that working hard, study hard, and um, mm, is 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 the key point in your in my in to make me today. Another thing that is um, influential, and that's learning English. And at, at the first time, I'm not very good at English, but when I graduated university, I see that my friends who can speak English well, I have a different job, have different like they turn different way, and then I start study English, but I keep doing it until now because the knowledge I learned from that and the opportunities to I start to have foreigner friends, and I can have experience with them. I can listen to their talk, to their stories, and I can feel like I can understand more about the world, and I read more about that, and I feel confident about myself when I think I know more. Um, and one thing that has been impact on me that is music. I think I really like music, and rap song is my best one of my best one. And they have a Vietnamese singer. I listened to his song from maybe 4 years ago, and when you listen to one song, I feel like it's make me feel stronger, calmer, and I try to live a simple life, symbolize my life as the way he did. So that's my sharing.
Okay, thanks for your sharing. Um, okay, I guess we're coming down to the end of our time here together today. So I will take a look at your papers and make suggestions for you. And yeah, I guess I won't see you for a while now. And so have a nice couple of weeks, and I will take our recording and send it to you, or put it on our Google Drive folder. I will post it in there, so you can watch it if you would like. And have a nice day today. I guess everybody probably has today off, so enjoy your time, your free time today. And I will talk to you. And if you have questions, of course, you can always write me. And yeah, I will look at your papers and have them finished in the folder, hopefully today. And yeah, if you have questions, as always, okay? So enjoy your day off. I'll talk to you another time.